So you clicked on this video because you want to know how to make a great presentation. Without any further ado, let's get into it. You have to know what's going on. So I'm assuming that you already have your topic or you've been working on a project and now you have to present it. And you've done a nice job, you've done a lot of work and you put your heart into it. But when it comes to presenting, something doesn't go right. And you don't do the project justice. You're overwhelmed and stressed. But don't worry, I am here to help you. Here's how to make the whole experience better for you and the people that you're presenting to. First, you'll have to prepare. You have to gather all your information in one place, so you know what you want to talk about and you have access to all of the information that you've gathered. Maybe use some other apps like Miro or Google Drive or maybe Notion. It is important to have all of the information that you want to talk about in one place. If you have any extra photos or maybe some graphics that you already have and you want to use them, it is easier when you gather it in one place, so then you know what you have and what you're missing. Use a program that you already know. If you see all of the girlies doing their stuff in Notion, maybe it's not a good idea to start just before your big presentation. Use a program that you know. It can be a PowerPoint presentation, you can use Canva, you can use InDesign, you can use Illustrator. It doesn't matter as long as you know the program that you're using and you feel comfortable using it. Check if you have any guidelines when it comes to presenting. Maybe you're doing some schoolwork, maybe some uni work, or maybe you're doing a presentation for your workplace. And there are some points that you need to make in the presentation or some goals that you need to highlight in your presentation. Once you've gathered all of the info, extract the key points, the key talking points. You may change them later, but it's easier to work on something that you've already done and then polish it. Do not focus on the looks first. It is not as important as you think. I've seen some great presentations that looked questionable, to say the least. And even though the layout wasn't perfect and the graphics weren't as captivating, the presentation was so good that it stayed with me for a long time. So a beautiful presentation doesn't automatically equal interesting presentation. Make sure you focus on clarity of your message instead of the looks. It is important that the person that you're presenting to knows what you're talking about and your points are easy to understand. You can use templates from Canva, Google Slides, PowerPoint to make this process easier for you, and you can change them later once you've outlined what you want to say. And remember, less is more when it comes to text. We've all seen those presentations that have a block of text on the slide and no one's reading that. And if you are reading all of that text, that is not a good presentation. Also, some people will try to read all of the information that is on the slide instead of listening to you. Sometimes it's better to make more slides than putting all of the information on one. That way your presentation will feel smoother and it will be easier to follow. Before you present, visit the room that you're gonna have the presentation in. Make sure to check all of the equipment that is available to you. Maybe there is a microphone that you can use, or maybe there is a pointer. Make sure that your laptop works with the cables that they have on the side. Do you need to bring your presentation on a pen drive? Do you need to send the keynote to another person? Is there gonna be a moderator for the presentation? Make sure that everything is working, and if you're using special fonts or maybe some animations, make sure that they're working on the equipment that the venue has. And make sure to bring an extra pen drive with a copy of your presentation just in case. It is important to do that before you present, maybe a day before or maybe 2 days before, even a week before, just to check the equipment, as you will be less stressed on the day of the presentation. It is also nice to see the room that you're going to be presenting in, as you will be less stressed when you become familiar with the layout of the room, and you will make sure that everything works properly. Practice, practice, practice. And let me say it again, practice. When I'm presenting something, I have to practice the presenting at least 2 or 3 times before I go on stage. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to know what you're talking about. You can have rough notes of what you want to say, but don't focus on making sure that you're saying the sentence exactly as you want it to be said when you were practicing. Sometimes people stumble because they wanted to say the sentence exactly as they said when they were practicing. It is not important to say it as you said when you were practicing. It is important to convey the same message or key points. Having that in mind will make sure that you don't just stumble and stop when you're presenting because you wanted to say the sentence exactly as you practiced. You can have rough notes on the side or on a paper that will help you guide through the presentation. You can film yourself, or you can practice in front of a mirror to gain more confidence in what you're saying. Or maybe you can ask some family and friends to listen to you present, and they can tell you what you're missing from the presentation, or maybe something that you need to change or switch up with your slides. Sometimes when we've been working on a project for a long time, we forget that other people haven't seen our whole journey, and they don't know what we're talking about fully. So you need to make sure that you know what your audience knows before you present in front of them. One thing that will distinguish a good presentation from a great presentation is reading from the slides. Of course, you can read a word here and there, but don't rely on reading from the slides throughout the whole presentation. It makes you look like you don't know what you're talking about and you're not expanding on whatever is on the slides. The slides are there to help you to talk about the topic that you know the most about. You're not supposed to read from them. The point of a presentation is to expand on what is written on the slide, not to just read the slide. So, the day finally comes and you have to present your presentation. What do? Of course, you have to sleep well. Make sure that you've had enough sleep so you're not tired and you're ready to go. Try to eat something before the presentation. Make sure that your belly will not be speaking with you. Make sure to have a water bottle or maybe a cup of water next to you, so when your throat gets sore, you have something to drink. Or, as a little trick of mine, if you need to think for a few seconds, you can always take a sip. Dress comfortable. It is important that you feel confident on the day of the presentation. Be smart about your choices. Maybe the shoes that you want to wear look really nice, but they're gonna hurt your feet when you're standing for too long. So make sure whatever you're wearing, you're confident and comfortable. Maybe you have to put a bit of makeup on, or maybe you have to updo your hair in some way, or maybe you have to wear your lucky pants. Whatever it is, make sure that it enhances however you feel. Go slow. There is no need to rush. And if you've listened to my advice, you've already practiced your presentation at least a few times. So you know how long does it take for you to say the whole thing that you want to say. Remember that only you know what you're talking about. Chances are no one else has seen the presentation besides you. So they don't know what's coming next and they don't know what you've missed. It's better to have a few seconds of silence rather than going over and over again. As long as you stay focused and you keep talking, it's gonna be fine. I would rather you be slow than repeat the ums and ums that we all hate. Because we've all been to a presentation that you start counting the 900th and you don't listen to the presenter anymore. Take your time to take a breath and go slowly. You can do it. You know what you're talking about. And speaking of that, it is important for you to know what's coming next. I've been to so many presentations when the presenter seemed as surprised as us about the next slide. You've made the presentation, you know what you're talking about, and you should know what the next slide is. I advise you to use the presenter's mode when it comes to presenting. You can use PowerPoint's presenter mode or Google Slides presenter's mode, or any other app or any extra screen that will help you see the next slide. Look at your audience. They are looking at you and you should be looking at them. Of course, it's normal to look at your notes and the next slides, but it's really important to keep that eye contact for at least a little bit so the audience knows that you're speaking to them. You can either pick a person that can be your friend in the crowd or maybe a boss. If you don't want to look them straight in the face, you can always look slightly above them. It will still look like you're looking at them, but then it will be easier for you to focus on what you're saying. You just have to look their way and then you will feel more confident and you will look more confident. Remember that people will make faces. People, when they listen, make a lot of faces and you don't have to worry about that. It has nothing to say about the quality of your presentation or what you're saying. But I know it can be stressful when you're presenting and everyone's sitting there really sad. It means that they're just focusing on what you have to say. Don't take it personally. And last but not the least, I think the most important tip that I have in this video: don't make it the day before it's due. You need to make sure that you have enough time to make the presentation, to practice, to be comfortable speaking about the topic you want to talk about, and then to check the room, to see if the equipment is working, and to be more confident and comfortable when you're presenting. And you cannot do it on the last day it's due. You will be less stressed, you will be more confident, and you will know what you're talking about when you don't do it the day before it's due. I know sometimes the deadlines are really hard to keep up with, and life gets in the way. I know you probably clicked on this video because you are in the process of making a presentation, but it is very important to make the presentation and then review it maybe a day later or maybe 2 days later. You will see the mistakes that you've done, or maybe you will switch up the slides because now the structure that you make doesn't make sense. Remember that as you present more, it will get easier and easier. And with every presentation you gain more confidence and you know your style, so it's easier for you to make another one. Different people will need different times to prepare themselves. For some people it might mean 3 days, but for some it will mean 2 weeks. Make sure that you have enough time to prepare yourself. I want you to be the most confident you can be when presenting. If you found this video helpful, you can give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I am planning to make more videos on self-improvement and my creative journey, as well as some side hustles and other good stuff. So please consider tagging along. If I missed something or you want to start a discussion, we can do that in the comments down below. And go make a great presentation!